How old were you when you became pregnant?
I became pregnant at the age of 16.
It's like I'm hungry all the time, but the baby takes up so much room until after like 3 bites.
See, that's not a school project. That's just plain crazy.
I'd like you to share one thought about the movie.
I thought that it gave a great insight, a great point of view of the stereotypes they give young pregnant girls in high school.
It was a good movie, but there should have been more detail because school is not the only place you get stereotyped. You get it when you go to shop, you get it when you go outside in your yard, you get it when you go to events.
I agree with you. I think it should be more outside of a school setting than just inside of a school, but I think it needs to be done more.
And I also liked how it showed her befriending the girl that really was pregnant, because maybe that'll show other kids that age that are in high school when people are pregnant that sometimes they need a friend more than you realize they need a friend, that they are going through a lot more, and that you shouldn't just judge them just because they're pregnant. Like, it's about more than them just being pregnant.
It's just not at school. It's not just teenagers and teachers. You know, it could be your parents or your grandparents or just someone, a passerby that you don't know.
Prior to becoming a parent, whether you are an adolescent parent or a parent as a young woman, what stereotypes or biases did you have against other young women or other teen moms?
When I saw that they were pregnant, I would think that they screwed up.
I had a friend growing up that became pregnant at young ages, so I never really saw it as, oh, they're screwing up their lives, because I was in the situation with them. I helped them.
But I didn't have any biases towards anybody else. The only issue I had with the young pregnant girls that I did know was the ones that got pregnant, had abortions, and will get pregnant again.
I don't like the fact that little babies have babies, but I never stereotyped. I never said that, oh, they're not going to be this and they're not going to be that. I didn't do that, don't do that still today.
It seems like nowadays there are young teens wanting to get pregnant. Why do you think that is?
They're curious about it and want to try having sex, and maybe they just accidentally get pregnant. But the shows, I think, definitely make young teens want to get pregnant, and another reason could be because they're getting too emotionally attached to their boyfriend, and they think, well, if I have sex with him, he'll love me, and if I have a baby with him, he'll stay with me forever, and it's just not true.
When I found out I was pregnant, I was in disbelief. I was arguing with the doctor. Like, no, I'm not pregnant, can't be me. Somebody else, you got the wrong lady. Maybe somebody got the same initials as me. It's not me.
When I found out I was pregnant, I didn't really know how I felt. It was kind of just a surprise. Like, I thought the pregnancy test was lying to me. Like, I called my friend into the bathroom and I was like, does that look like a plus sign to you? She just looked at me and she's like, yeah. And she left. It didn't really hit me.
When I became pregnant, I felt like it was like a slap to the face from the stereotypes I was giving out.
When I found out I was pregnant, I was very happy. My pregnancy was actually a planned pregnancy.
When I found out I was pregnant, I was in denial for a while. It was not planned. So I didn't think it was real. I was like, I'm not pregnant. The test is wrong. I had to take like 5 tests to figure out it was true, and it really didn't sink in until the doctor said, yes, you are pregnant.
Her dad's reaction when I told him I was pregnant was, he was shocked. He said he would stick by me through thick and thin.
Alyssa's dad was kind of indifferent. Like, he's not a part of her life now. He really never has been. He was one of those people who was just kind of doing his own thing. So he was just like, oh. And he hid it from his parents until I was like almost 4 months pregnant. So he didn't really care, I guess.
He was very excited. He had just came back from MCT, and I told him at Christmas, so it was his Christmas present.
My child's father was just as excited as I was. We had taken 15 pregnancy tests, and then the 15th one finally said that I was pregnant.
The child's father was supportive and said that he was going to be there through everything and that he wanted to be there for his child. And that didn't happen. So, based on your life experiences, what would you tell society about being a young parent?
It's hard. Every experience is different, you know, for different people. It makes your life harder, but it definitely doesn't make it over. It doesn't mean you're going to be a failure. It doesn't mean you're going to be one of the statistics or end up on welfare. It doesn't mean any of that. You can do everything you want to do, just like if you didn't have a kid. It doesn't really change you, except for the fact that you've got to raise someone else while also raising yourself.
Wait as long as you possibly can until you're financially stable, you have your career, and you have somebody that truly loves you, because it's not easy. Financial-wise, if you don't have a job, you're going to rely on your parents, and sometimes it's hard for your parents too.
It's not always, the person who got pregnant young isn't always the person that's just going to let their life stop there, and that they still can achieve a lot after you have a kid, and that it just doesn't make them an uneducated, just this is where my life stops with having a baby and I'm done. That you can do things past it and you can achieve things and have a great life. What I would tell society about being a young parent is to think of all the ways possible to prevent it. It is not an easy thing. It is hard. It is, it's hard. It's unexplainable. I wouldn't want anybody else to go through.
I would tell young women and men to take every preventative measure that you can to prevent becoming a teen parent. If something happens, you still end up getting pregnant. Don't ever give up your dreams. Don't put your dreams aside on hold just because you have a child, because you can still be successful. You might have to put it on hold for a little while, but don't let your child be an excuse for why you never became who you desired to be or never made it. Don't put that burden on your child.